Have important things to do today. How many people are here because you have birthdays or anniversaries this month? Mitch. Birthdays or anniversaries. Okay, I think I have enough of everything then. Because this is the decision that you have to make. If your birthday or anniversary is this month, if it's July and you missed it, you're going to have to come and beg me for these. I don't know. But you have a choice of this or this. So you get to make that decision. We have enough of each of those. And the other thing we have to do is the birthdays or anniversaries. So remind me, because I may forget today. We've had a long couple of weeks. Thank you, Morgan, for making sure that Camp High ran smoothly. Appreciate you, but Camp High is now over. And but it took a lot out of us. Yeah, it took a lot out of us, so a little bit depleted. You know, we look back every Friday at what the week was like, and sometimes it's kind of a blur. And there was an awful lot in this week. There was an awful lot just today alone. I don't know about you. My day started with having to bring my car in for fixing. So when it starts like that, it's just a lot. But a lot has been going on in many ways for many of us here. So we look back at our week, and we take Shabbat as a time that's a break, where we look back. We hope that we accomplish something good, even when there were hard things, and we look forward to what's going to happen next. And the bulletin is done. That was a big thing. I got no sleep this week. So that was a good thing when that happened. So look online, or they're in the doors and things like that in the building. So the first thing that we like to do as we're getting ready for Shabbat is remember that no matter how tense we were during the week, I was so tense that I actually had a doctor's appointment Monday morning, and I asked them they chose to x-ray my shoulder thinking that it was broken because it's like this all the time. So it's not broken. That's the good news. But I don't know why it's like this all the time. I can't figure it out. There was a joke about that once. It was why do Jews have short necks? Oh. So, sorry. That's why do I have tense shoulders? Oh. But we take a deep breath now. We start Shabbat by taking a deep breath. So it's supposed to come in through your nose and go out gently through your mouth like this. And try it again. And try to let the tension leave you. So there are people here who are in mourning, and there are people here who are observing your sites. And I love that as a community we come together because we're doing celebrations like birthdays, and that we also come together when we are either in mourning or just in memory moments. And I am glad that we can be here for each other for that. But I wanted to let you know that there's a tradition that during Shabbat, there is a sense that you can, to some extent, suspend mourning. You're allowed to, and almost encouraged to feel some joy on Shabbat, no matter how difficult the mourning process is. You can feel some joy on Shabbat. That's encouraged. So I hope that you can find some kind of joy on Shabbat. Our tradition over the summer months is that all of us together make up the household. We all get to be what I like to call the mom and the dad, or the whatever, the parents of the household, the balabusters, as we say in Yiddish. So we're going to turn to page 82, and I'm going to invite you to please rise. And you all are going to help me bless the candles and bless the wine. Just so that you know, the candles are already lit, not because it's already Shabbat, but it means we don't have to fumble with candles. And that we can make Shabbat early. That's okay. They discourage you from making Shabbat late, but you can make Shabbat early. So on page 82, we get inspired when we say, "These lights are only flickering flames, yet flames illumine our uncertain steps. Flames remind us of Sabbaths long past, and of their beauty that delighted our hearts. May they inspire us to work for the great Sabbath of peace, The translation is at the bottom of the page, but I'm going to sing this in Hebrew, and you're welcome to join me. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And you open your eyes, and now there's Shabbat candles. We continue on pages, let's do it this way, 167 and 166. As we bless the symbol of joy. And the kiddush, the sanctification, isn't about the wine, by the way, or the grape juice. It's about Shabbat. We use this as a symbol to remind us of the joy that we find in Shabbat. So at the bottom of 167, we'll chant that one line in Hebrew, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen. And we'll read the rest of the blessing on page 166. We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You call us to holiness with the mitzvah of Shabbat, the sign of your love, a reminder of your creative work and of our liberation from Egyptian bondage, our day of days. On Shabbat especially, we hearken to your call to serve you as a holy people. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of Shabbat, l'chaim. Uh-oh. You may be seated, but please say Shabbat Shalom to someone that you came in with, Shabbat Shalom to someone you didn't come in with. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Make sure everybody gets covered. Everybody get a Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. And you may be seated. And we turn back again to page 84. One of my favorite parts of the day is when you remember that you have angels that accompany you. Whether it's that things are scary and your angels are protecting you, because our angels are really strong with swords and things, or whether it's Shabbat and you have angels that come and give you extra blessings. So on page 84, when the translation is on 85, but we sing about the angels that accompany us on Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Page 85. The synagogue is the sanctuary of Israel, born of our longing for the living God. It has been to Israel throughout our wanderings a visible token of the presence of God in our people's midst. Its beauty is the beauty of holiness. Steadfast it has stood as the champion of justice, mercy, and peace. Its truths are true for all people. Its love is a love for all people. Its God is the God of all people. As it has been said, my house shall be called a house of prayer for all peoples. Let all the family of Israel, all who hunger for righteousness, all who seek the eternal, find God here, and here find life. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותך, וימליך מלכותך, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה, בעגלה, ובזמן קריב, ומרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, ומרו אמן. ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
God, how can we know you? Where can we find you? You are as close to us as breathing, yet you are farther than the farthermost star. You are as mysterious as the vast solitudes of night, yet as familiar to us as the light of the sun. To Moses you said, "You cannot see my face, but I will make all my goodness pass before you." Even so does your goodness pass before us, in the realm of nature and in the joys and sorrows of life. When justice burns within us like a flaming fire, when love evokes willing sacrifice from us, when to the last full measure of selfless devotion we demonstrate our belief in the ultimate triumph of truth and righteousness, then your goodness enters our lives, and we can begin to change the world. Then you live within our hearts, and we, through righteousness, behold your presence. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You may be seated unless you're in my bet class, and then I'd love for you to come up and help me.
I thought you said you were going to do it. Come on, come on.
Not this time.
No.
That's okay. You got this, man.
ואהבת
את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem. Would you lead us in the English, please, at the bottom of the page?
You shall love your
Eternal God
with all your heart,
with all your mind, with all your being.
Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down, when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be signs before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot, and do them. So shall you consecrate yourself to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God.
I am your eternal God. You want to do English? Are you brave enough to do English today or no? Not English either yet? Okay. No problemo. We continue responsively. I, the Eternal One, have called you to righteousness and taken you by the hand and kept you. I have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations.
We are Israel, witness to the covenant between God and God's children.
This is the covenant I make with Israel. I will place my Torah in your midst and write it upon your hearts. I will be your God, and you shall be my people.
We are Israel. Our Torah forbids the worship of race or nation, possessions or power.
You who worship gods that cannot save you, hear the words of the Eternal One. I am God, there is none else.
We are Israel. Our prophets proclaimed an exalted vision for the world.
Hate evil, love what is good. Let justice well up as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream.
We are Israel, schooled in the suffering of the oppressed.
You shall not oppress your neighbors, nor rob them. You shall not stand idle while your neighbor bleeds.
We are Israel, taught to beat swords into plowshares, commanded to pursue peace.
Violence, which the word in this prayer in Hebrew is Hamas, by the way, violence shall no longer be heard in your land, desolation and destruction within your borders. All your children will be taught of your God, and great shall be the peace of your children.
We are Israel, O God, when we are witnesses to your love and messengers of your truth.
You are my witnesses, says the Eternal One, and my servant whom I have chosen. Know me, therefore, and put your trust in me.
We are Israel, O God, when we proclaim you, God our Redeemer, as did our ancestors on the shores of the Red Sea.
And it has been said, the Eternal One delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. We praise you, O God, the Redeemer of Israel. We continue at the top of 92. May we lie down this night in peace and rise up to life renewed. O God, spread over us your shelter of peace, of quiet and calm, and bless us with rest. And let a time come when morning will bring no word of war or famine or anguish, a time of happiness, of contentment and rest. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Praised are you, Adonai, because you put a covering of, you spread out a tabernacle of peace upon us, upon the people of Israel, on Jerusalem, v'al kol ha'olam, all the world. We give thanks for the night and its rest, and the promise of peace for all the world. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Please rise for the tefillah, which begins on page 93. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, ve'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem, L'Ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. God of all generations, of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, of Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel, be praised. Your wondrous creative power fills heaven and earth.
God of life and death, be praised. Through us, send help to the falling, healing to the sick, freedom to the captive. Confirm your faithfulness to those who sleep in the dust.
Awesome and holy God, be praised. With acts of love and truth, we hallow your name. As it is said, be holy, for I, your eternal God, am holy.
God of times and seasons, be praised. Enable us through Sabbath rest to explore and learn and impart the meanings of your Torah. Make our hearts ready to serve you this day and all days.
God, who answers prayer, be praised. May we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer, wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands. You are our God.
Source of life
And its wonders, be praised. You are the miracle within all we behold. You are goodness, you are compassion. We give thanks to you forever. Please read the English below the Hebrew. God of peace, of justice, and of love, be praised. Inspire us to banish forever hatred, war, and bloodshed. Help us to establish forever one human family united in peace. God of peace, bless us with peace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adom lekol hashalom.
We now take a moment to say the prayers that are in our hearts. We take a moment for silent meditation. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו Amen. At this time in our service, our hearts and our prayers go to those who are ill or recuperating. We turn to the inside back cover of our prayer book. And I need to turn off my microphone for a moment as we read off the names of the people. Yogi. For all these names, for the names we choose to hold in our hearts and not say out loud, we pray together. Oh God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health. And it has become our tradition to add, Misheberach avotenu ve'imotenu. May the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we've entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us in this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they've been called to serve. Give them courage to succeed and strength to persevere. May they return home safely, and let us say, Amen. So we are now in the middle of a period of all the Jews all over the world are in the period of a period of semi-mourning. That in 9 days, or 8.5 days now, we will come upon a holiday called Tisha B'Av, which means the 9th day of the month of Av. And the 9th day of the month of Av is arguably the saddest holiday of the whole Jewish calendar because many tragic things happened on that day. The first temple was destroyed on that day. The second temple was destroyed on that day. The Spanish Inquisition started on that day. And there have been many, many other things that happen. Most of the time, Jews all over the world kind of hold their breath worrying about what might happen on any given year because horrible things have happened. And so during the time that the temples were destroyed, when we were around, we watched those things happen, horrible destruction. And so now many Jews all over the world remember the 3 weeks that come up to leading till the 9th of Av. And the first day of Av was Friday. We just started Saturday when we blessed the candles. But the 9 days especially are a time of intense mourning for Jews everywhere. And some Jews have a habit of doing the kinds of things that we would do if we were in mourning, not wear new clothes and not shave and not eat meat or drink wine. But just like I said before, that normally if you are in mourning and Shabbat comes, you can have a kind of a public suspension of the mourning and be joyful on Shabbat. You can. And it's a different kind of joy. Mourning has what I like to think of as a public and a private nature to it, the part that you show other people and the part that you feel inside. And that's a story for another time, and it's actually part of something that I'm hoping to do. So on Tisha B'Av, it is supposed to be a fast day according to Jewish tradition. It is the second most observed fast day on the Jewish calendar. Most Jews who are going to fast at all during the Jewish calendar are going to fast on Yom Kippur. But if you are going to fast another fast day, and there are a bunch of fast days on a Jewish calendar, but the second most observed fast day is Tisha B'Av. And when you think about all the horrible things that happened, you kind of lose your appetite anyway. And so the Reform movement has a kind of a complicated connection to Tisha B'Av because when the temple was destroyed, especially the second temple, it meant that we stopped offering animal sacrifices or using animals as offerings, that the smell of it is supposed to be a pleasing odor to God. And I'm not going to lie to you, I kind of still am happy that I'm not bringing baby animals to burn, although I do live near hickory sticks, so I get that smell all the time, and I do understand why that's a pleasing odor to God, even if one of my kids is a vegan right now. But I still would rather not make that be the offering that we give. And so the Reform movement generally feels that way, that's not how we want to show God that we love God. And so it's kind of problematic to continue to be that kind of mourning. Even when you've lost someone, God forbid, but when you lose someone who's close to you, Jewish tradition means that you have to move past that. You have to be in life. In fact, most of the discussions that you will have about death have to do with what you need to do in order to move back into life. So I had a couple of things I wanted to share with you today about those things. One is that the first day of the month of Av is Aaron, Moses' older brother, Aaron's yortzeit. Did you know that? The first day of the month of Av is Aaron's yortzeit. In fact, remember he was the high priest, the first high priest. He was 123 years old when he died on the 1st of Av. According to the Jewish calendar, it was the year 2487 from creation. And it's the only yortzeit. Yortzeit is a Yiddish word. It literally means year's time. It's an anniversary of death. It's the only yortzeit that is explicitly mentioned in the Torah. In the book of Numbers, chapter 33, verse 38, I wrote it down. Don't expect me to remember these things. But it's the only one that it gives you a specific date. So the rabbis guessed when Moses' death date was and guessed when some of the others were, but we know it's specified that it was the first day of the 5th month of the year, and that was the day that ends when Shabbat begins. So we remember Aaron also. And there was some sweet things about when Aaron died that I thought I would share with you. There's actually a little bit of a story, and I think I may kind of skip the story, except I wanted to share a little bit of the beginning. So this was the 40th year since the Jewish people left Egypt. There was excitement in the Jewish camp. Soon, at last, in a matter of months, they will enter the promised land, the land flowing with milk and honey. God promised the children of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah. Aaron was 123 years old, but he was still as vigorous as ever. Yet his last day drew near. On the day before the new moon of the 5th month of Av, God spoke to Moses and said, and this is hard. God said to Moses, "Go tell your brother that his last day on earth has come. He will not live to enter the promised land, but must die in the desert." And we remember why. That's another story for another Torah portion. God gave him reasons why he had to die, and he knew it was coming. Although Moses knew that the day would come, he dreaded it, and it broke his heart. So all night, according to the Midrash, according to Talmud, Moses cried bitterly, for he loved his brother dearly. On the following morning, Moses rose with the sun and went to his brother's tent. Aaron, buddy, he said, that's my translation, sorry. This says Aaron, dear Aaron, and I don't know if that's what he said. I think he said buddy. Aaron came out, and he was kind of surprised to have been woken up that early. And Aaron says, "Hey, my dear brother Moses, what are you doing here this morning?" And Moses said, "I've come to ask you," he stalls. He said, "Can I talk to you about some difficult Torah things? I've been studying the book of Genesis lately. Can you help me?" And Aaron says, "Of course, let's read it together." So they read about how God created the world according to the story, the sun, the moon, the trees, the plants, and then man. And Adam asks him questions about when the first human was created, and that until then, there was nothing about death. And he said, are you afraid to die, brother? And Aaron looks at him and he says, "Why are you asking me such strange questions, brother?" Moses hesitated because he just couldn't bring himself to tell his brother. And finally, as if changing the subject, Moses said, "I have an important message to you from God. Let's go up this mountain and I'll tell it to you there." So Aaron he got dressed, which isn't an easy thing because he had all of these priestly things he had to wear, and he gets dressed and they go up to the mountain. And they start off with the elders and the princes were gathering around them, and Moses said, "Only Aaron and Eleazar, who was Aaron's son, and I can go up the mountain, and the rest of you wait here." They climbed up silently towards the top, and Moses still couldn't figure out how to tell him. And Moses finally said, God had left something in your charge and desires to take it back. Do you know what I'm talking about? And Aaron said, "Well, my responsibility, how about the altar and the table and the vessels of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle? I'm in charge of that. Is that what you're talking about?" Moses says, no, that's not it. He says, "There was a sacred light that God gave you." And Aaron says, "No, it wasn't a sacred light. There were 7 lights. It was the lights of the menorah. It's burning in the tabernacle. Is that what you're talking about?" Moses said, No, there's another light, my brother, a sacred divine light that he gave every one of us. And he said, the candle of God is the soul of man. And Aaron said, oh, brother, I know what you're talking about now. And he said, I'm ready. And there's this amazing part of the story that most of us don't get to hear. It says, suddenly a cave appeared in the mountain slope, and they entered the cave, and they saw a table with a candle burning on it. And I don't know, I can't promise you that this is where the tradition of lighting a Shiva candle came from, but that's what I think of when I see this. And then by the wall there was a bed. And for a moment, Aaron just stood there motionless, engrossed in deep thought. And Moses said, what are you thinking about? And we know why Aaron was told that he had to die. It was because when God said, talk to the rock, people were thirsty, talk to the rock and water will come out of it. Moses stood there and said, you people are such complainers. What do you think, I'm going to be able to get water from a rock? And he hit the rock twice. He didn't talk to it. And God said, well, that's it. You can't go into the promised land, neither you nor Aaron, because you weren't honoring me there. And so Aaron says, he said, I'm thinking about how sometimes the slightest flaw can spoil a perfect diamond, or the slightest speck of soot can show up in pure snow. So that one little thing that we did at the waters of Meribah, that was kind of trifling compared to some of the other things that God didn't punish us for. That's what keeps us from being able to go into the promised land. And then it goes on, and Moses and Aaron put his hands on Eleazar, and he made him the new high priest, and the clouds of glory surrounded him, and even Aaron's face became radiant, and the expression of unusual exultation appeared on it. And this story says that when Aaron died, he died, it says, al-pi, according to the mouth of God. And so the Midrash says that God kissed Aaron, and that's how he took his soul. And when Moses and Eleazar came back alone, the people couldn't believe that Aaron had died. Aaron was known as being a loving and peaceful man, and so they were sad and they mourned for 30 days, which is why we have a tradition about mourning for 30 days still. And in the Talmud it says, be of the disciples of Aaron, love peace, strive for peace, love your fellow creatures and bring them near to the Torah. But they also said, Aaron said, wouldn't it be nice if everyone's death were that kind of happy, that it felt like there was peace? And so starting on Tisha B'Av, I am going to have a series of workshops that talk about death and finding ways to be ready, whether it's the people that you love or whether it's for yourself. I'm bringing in some people from some funeral homes, and they will talk about the things that they will discuss with you about preparation for a service, about financial aspects, about writing an obituary, because it's really hard to do it without having a clue what's going on. Unknown is a scary thing. So as much as possible, I'd like to try to help you through this unknown. And since it's Tisha B'Av, which is the day when we think about ultimate sadness, I thought that would be an appropriate day to do that. So you'll find the information in your bulletin and online, and ask me about it. Meanwhile, Madam Vice President, would you come and tell us other things that are going on, please?
Shabbat Shalom and Mazel Tov to everyone celebrating their birthday and anniversary in August. Details about August events are in the Buzz at BZ, which is available online and has been mailed to anyone who requested it, as you just mentioned. The food bank is woefully low on food. If you bring food to B'nai Zion, we will get it to the food bank. It is a mitzvah not to sit idly by while our neighbors are suffering. Together Tuesday, we'll meet at CC's Coffee House. That's on Ellerby Road, and it is in the new Kroger parking lot, or vice versa. It's at 6 p.m. this coming Tuesday, August 6th. Learn biblical Hebrew vocabulary and grammar to be able to read Hebrew scriptures or prayers and blessings, and gain insights into modern Hebrew. Rabbi Jana makes learning enjoyable. The class is scheduled to meet Thursdays in August from 6 to 7:30 p.m. We will have our annual blessing of the backpack service when we bless the backpacks and students who will be attending school during Friday evening service next Friday. Donations of backpacks, food for the food bank, school supplies will be accepted. Rabbi Jana will lead Kiddush Shabbat service, especially designed for children and families, 9 to 9:30 Saturday, August 10th. We will have a special Tish B'Av event.
That's the thing I just said.
Oh, you just said it. I'm
That's
going to
the one.
skip
You
that
can
then.
skip that one. That's the
Saved
longest
you.
announcements.
Okay, the Friday Film Fest. There will be 2 movies in August for our Friday Film Fest. Each movie will begin after services and Oneg Shabbat. Pizza and popcorn will be served. There is no fee to attend. If you choose to make a donation, it can be online. We do not take payments in person on Shabbat. The first movie this month is The Big Lebowski, August 16th. It is a Coen Brothers movie. It is 117 minutes long and rated R.
R.
The second movie will be shown August 30th. It is called Click and is starring Adam Sandler. It is rated PG and it is 107 minutes long, so nobody should miss their bedtime then.
That's right.
Religious school begins Sunday, August 18th at 9:30 in the morning. Donations were made to B'nai Zion or for Pulpit Flowers in memory of Helen Batt by Nancy and Sam Birdstein, Mimi Wiley Hussey by the John Hussey family, Irving Selber by Mandel Selber Jr., and Sarah Yellen by Gary Yellen.
Thank you. I also have, it's almost finished, but there's a new web part of my web page that teaches Hebrew. If you feel rusty about your Hebrew, or if you have never learned Hebrew before, there's a prayer that we say on Yom Kippur that's an alphabetical acrostic, where every word starts with a new letter of the alphabet. And there is now a website, part of my website, that teaches you how to read that prayer. And if you can read that prayer, you could read anything. So it's almost fully working. Right now it's there, but not all the sound is connected, but it should be within the next few days. And I hope that you enjoy it. Let me know, because I thought that was going to be brilliant. You can help read on Yom Kippur. I'd like to call up everybody with birthdays or anniversaries in August, and I need 4 people to help me hold the polls as we bless everybody. And if it's your birthday, you can't hold it. You got to be under it. And choose which gift you want, too. Whoa. Wow. Choose your gift. Whoa. Pick your gift, pick your gift. Whoa. Sliding, stop. Okay. Come on. I love this, that we get to celebrate together. God of days and years, author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life and for all that enriches our lives. We gather today in special thankfulness to share in the happiness of our friends with birthdays and anniversaries this month. Be with them always as the joy of their lives. May they be blessed with health and happiness and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. May we have the joy of coming together for many more years, united by mutual reverence and love. Then will our lives be filled with abundance of blessing. And we're going to say together, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu, v'kiyamanu, v'higianu, lazman hazeh. So we thank you, God, for giving us life and sustaining us and causing us to reach this moment. This is what they look like. Take one. Everybody under here gets to take one. Take one. Once you choose one, then we fill it with wine. The wine is the to-go cup. You each get one. Yeah. Oh, God, that's so sweet. The anniversary couple shares. All right, we can put those poles away. And I'm going to ask if you were helping or a camper at Camp Chai, I'd like you to come up, please, and open the ark for us. Everybody else, turn to page 148 and be ready to rise. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, everybody. Thank you for celebrating with us. Come on up. When the ark is open, please rise. Page 148. Go ahead. Go ahead. Our team was way bigger than this, but these are the brave souls who came back after the big day, talent show and everything else. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'teit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu kimishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu koreim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And on the facing page we sing, V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. When the ark is closed, you may be seated. And so Morgan was our director this summer, and I do not remember better programming than what we had this summer. Thank you for everything. You may be seated. Thank you. We continue on page 151. And my heart breaks to tell you that we lost 3 people in the military this week. We have lost 24 people this year in the military. We've lost 2 more people in the police service who serve in the police force. We've lost 70 people this year. We've lost another canine officer, which means another dog got shot in the line of duty. We've lost 14 canine officers this year. And we lost another firefighter. We have lost 29 firefighters this year. So we are always grateful for those people who run into dangerous situations so that we can stay safe. May their memories be a blessing and may their families be consoled. We continue on page 151. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We continue on page 152. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear, but love and understanding can help us pass through the darkness toward the light. Out of affliction, the psalmist learned the law of God, and in truth, grief is a great teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silence in their presence, and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they're gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live as in their higher moments they themselves wished to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has taken from us this past month. We remember Isabel Posner, Paula Sauer, and Frank McGuire. We remember congregants' parents who died within the past year. We remember Joe Batt and Peter Haas and Lucy Brainis. And as we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own. Those for whom we're observing Yortzeit this past week are Helen Batt, Ann Lamberton Belser, Warren Leroy Courtney, Jonas Epstein, Leo Friedman, Rosina Willard Gam, Elisa Ginsberg, August Goldstein, Bessie Nossick Harold, Mimi Weil Hussey, Kate Kahn, David Kessler, Irene K. Kessler, Ned Michael Lazarus, Lillian Levy, Rabbi Charles Mantonband, Anita Ott, Abraham Shalinsky, Irving Selber, Boris Weinstein. In this moment of memory, our griefs and sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 154. The translation is on 155. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam u'l'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudsha barichu la'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. You may be seated. If you are under the age of 13, I would like you to come up and help me with this, please. Oh, this she wants to do. Nice. Okay, hold on to the bottom. That's what I'm saying. She's pretty smart. Ready? It's challah. What? Ready? Go. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon. I get the plate, you get the challah. Go. Nice. There's more challah out there that haven't been touched by kids' hands. For the grown-ups, for everybody else. Please rise for the closing benediction. We know that there are many reasons why you join us, but I find it an amazing blessing to have been here worshiping with you today. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face be lifted up to you. May God grant you peace. Shabbat shalom. The kids said that their favorite song was bim bam bim 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 bam bim 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 bam chiri biri biri bim bam bim 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 bam bim 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 bam. Join us for Onyx Shabbat. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom. Bim bam bim 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 bam l'chaim. Bim 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 bam. Bim bam bim